Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. I hope everyone is doing well today and you're having an amazing week. Everyone is taking care of themselves and their families during this time. And thank you for watching us today. Thank you for joining in this participation. I want to welcome everyone to this live webinar. The title of this webinar is Making the Muslim Vote Count. We have with me Brother Ajit Durrani. Thank you so much, Durrani Saab. And we have Sister Nabila with us. This is not going to be a long program. It will just be about 20 to 30 minutes. The purpose and the topic and the title for this program is the importance of the Muslim vote and what we can do to get involved and how we can help and participate in this process. I hope that this is a beneficial program for everyone that is watching today. Before I proceed, I just want to put out a disclaimer that ISGH is a non-for-profit organization. We do not endorse any candidate. We are just doing civic engagement and civic awareness to bring about the importance of participating in our civic duty, which is to vote in the election process, which is everybody's right. Jazakumullah khair. We will begin right away with Sister Nabila, and then we have Brother Afaq Durrani. He will share with us a short presentation. First and foremost, thank you so much, both of you, for being here today.
Jazakallah khair. Thank you.
Sister Nabila, would you share with us, just by an introduction and opening of the program, the importance of the Muslim vote?
Yeah, thank you so much for having us here. Well, we know that this is a very important election that's happening right now. And the power of the Muslim vote is really seen in Houston because our numbers are so great. There's over 305,000 registered Muslim voters in all of Texas. And over here in Houston, we have many voters that are all around in a lot of different House district races, congressional districts. These races are won on the margins. They're won, by maybe 100 votes. Maybe, Brother Durrani was involved in Hubert Vo's race. How many votes did he win by that House
16.
district?
16.
16 votes he was able to win, the first Vietnamese American to get into Texas. So these elections are important, and they can be won or lost by the Muslim vote. So it is imperative that we take advantage of that and use it to our full power. Now, we've done an analysis of our community. There's a lot of pockets in this community where if we were to get enough people to register to vote, if we were to get enough people to actually get out and vote, then we really could become the deciding factor.
Great. So, Sister Nabila, so how do we, where can people go to register the vote, and how can we get involved? And those who are not registered.
Right. And so we have a really great partnership with a lot of different nonprofits across Houston. And what we've done is we've come together and figured out how is it that we can make it as easy as possible for Muslims to register to vote, or for anyone to register to vote. So if you go to bit.ly/TXMuslimsVote, you will be taken to a page, and you can put all of your information in there. And what will happen is you will get a voter registration application sent to you into your house, mailed. And not only will you get a voter registration application, you will also get a postage paid envelope. And you can sign your voter registration application, you can put it in that envelope, and that's it. Now, you have to do this before October 5th because that is the deadline to register to vote. You can register all year long, but if you want to vote in the upcoming November elections, you do have to register by October 5th. And this is a very easy way for all of us to make sure that our Muslims actually voting. Now in Texas, you have to submit a paper application. There is no online voter registration. So this allows you to get that paper application. You don't have to get a stamp. You just have to sign it, put it in the envelope, put it in the mail, and make sure it's received by your county elections office by October 5th.
Great. I think you've shared some very important information. So in order to register to vote, Sister Nabila mentioned the bit.ly link. It's on your screen for those who are watching. That's the link, bit.ly/Texas Muslims Vote. Make sure that you can sign up, you can register to vote by going on to that link. I hope everybody can see it, inshallah. And for those who are watching, if you want to comment and ask a question, just post it on YouTube or Facebook, wherever you're watching. Feel free to comment, and inshallah, we'll try to get that answered for you. Moving forward very quickly, Sister Nabila, you already, I think, talked about the vote by mail option. If somebody does not want to go to the polling location, they can vote by mail, and that's already an option as well. Now, what are some of the ways that Muslims can participate, and are there any other ways because of the pandemic? So any information, please share.
Yes. Well, I think Brother Durrani will be talking a lot more about vote by mail, and that's really important in a pandemic. But what we want to do is we want to make sure that Muslims are coming out to vote. Muslims are registering to vote. We're in a pandemic, so we're not going to be doing some of the things that we regularly do. We can't be at the masajids every Friday trying to register people. We can't knock on doors. But what we can do is be within the safety of our own homes. We can make phone calls and text other Muslims. So we are part of an organization called Million Muslim Votes. It is a coalition of many Muslim organizations. Everyone from Empower Change to CARE to Engage is part of this. ISGH is part of this. It is a unified effort to make sure we're doing everything we can in order to push the Muslim vote out. And we are very happy that on Thursday, we'll be joining with ISGH, both virtual and in-house, to do a phone bank, which will allow us to register non-registered Muslim voters in the Houston area. So we will make it super easy. Bring a laptop. That's all you need. And your phone and your laptop, and we'll train you. And all you do, and you can really go to bit.ly/ISGHGOTV, which stands for Get Out the Vote. You just sign up there. We'll give you all the information you need. You have a laptop. You click on a link, and a script will show up, and a number and a name. And so you call and you just let them know, hey, it looks like you're not registered to vote. Have you thought about registering to vote? Can we help you register to vote? And by doing that, if all of us work together, I am confident that we can really make a big difference. But it means all of us coming together to make sure that we're doing the important work that it takes to get out the Muslim vote.
Sounds great. The link that Sister Nabila was talking about, if that link is it's a different link from the one that we mentioned before. This one is to register to sign up for the phone bank that we are starting from this Thursday. Every Thursday from 5 to 7 p.m. you can sign up to participate and to help out get out the Muslim vote. We will be doing every Friday from 5 to 7. bit.ly/ISGHGOTV. Get out the vote. I like that. Thank you.
Every Thursday evening, all the way to the election. Right now, we're doing voter registration. We're going to switch. We're going to talk about vote by mail. We're going to try to get voters out. We're doing it in a targeted way. Those races where we can make the biggest difference, that's where we're going to hit first. So we are really working hard to make the biggest effort possible with our resources. We want you guys all to join us to be part of that effort.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Before we proceed to Brother Durrani and Sister Nabila, I just want to ask you a very important question. And I think that was asked to me as well. And it's concerning, everybody's concerned about it. It's a little, so the question is that, this is an election where the odds are at stake and you're not really sure about either of the candidates, right? So what are you supposed to do? what is the one thing that we can say or encourage people, even though you might not feel comfortable with anyone that's on the ballot, right? Still, the importance of coming out, the importance of election. If you could just say a few words on that, and then we could.
Yeah, thank you for asking that. I think that's really important. I was in a voter engagement meeting with a bunch of other nonprofits talking exactly about that. What is it that we say to voters? And someone made a really good point. Voting is not like finding the perfect partner for marriage. Voting is like trying to catch a bus to get somewhere. All you're trying to do when you're voting is to catch a bus that will take you from point A to point B. Now, is that going to be like your life partner, perfect, everything you wanted, everything you needed? No. But what you do need is someone that is going to enact policies that work for you and work for your community. And so that's all that voting is. It's not your dream partner that you are going to wed and looking for, and they have to have all those characteristics that you're looking for. You are just trying, it's a transactional thing. You're trying to get things done for the betterment of what you believe in, the betterment of your family, of your future generations, of your community. So you choose the one that's best for you that will take you to that place. It's just catching the bus.
Great. I think that's an amazing response. Thank you so much. Jazakallah khair. We will move on to Brother Durrani. Assalamu alaikum, Durrani Sahab. How are you?
I'm doing very well, and thank you to ISGH for allowing us to engage in Million Muslim Votes to be part of your partners for this Muslim voter turnout.
Great. We are grateful for you taking out the time today and to educate our community and ISGH members and the Muslim community and everyone that's watching today. Durrani Sahab, inshallah, we will proceed. Durrani Sahab, Brother Durrani has a PowerPoint that we would like to share. So I will just pull that up right now, and then inshallah, we will proceed with that. Okay.
So I'm going to start talking as you bring that up. Sister Nabila has laid the groundwork that if you are registered to vote, if you're not registered to vote, get registered. If you're registered to vote, how do you go about actually going out to decide where to vote and how to vote? So if you can bring up that presentation, Taqir Sahab.
Yes, I am just pulling it up right now.
So when people say, well, right now there is COVID-19, I don't even want to leave my house. How can I vote when I really I'm not even feeling comfortable even getting out of my house, especially those who are seniors? So the state of Texas has allowed that if you are a senior citizen, you have the capability to vote from your house. Now, the state of the county of the Harris County is sending out applications for vote by mail for everyone. So thank you. Next slide, please.
Okay.
So there are two options how you can vote. You can either vote by mail, and I'll go into it, or you can vote in person. Those are the basic options. And if you're going to vote in person, you can vote early voting, which is October 13th to October 30th, or of course, election day, which is November 3rd. So I'm now going to talk about vote by mail because that is the safest option for all of our seniors and other categories also. So if you can go to the next sheet. Yeah. So if you want to vote by mail and you are a senior citizen, there is no question. You are totally eligible. In fact, there are 4 categories of people who are eligible to vote by mail. Number one, if you are above the age of 65 on election day, that you are sick or disabled, where you decide if you are sick or disabled, or that you are going to be outside of Harris County, a student, for example, who happens to be off at college but is registered to vote at his home location in the greater Houston area, or the fourth one is, of course, if you are confined in jail but not convicted. So at least the 3 other options that we are saying are there. Everybody in Harris County will get an application, irrespective. It's for you to decide whether you are it's possible for you to vote by mail or not. In our community, there are a great number of seniors. We always look at when we go out and we can see how many of our seniors, whether they are first generation Americans who came here or the parents of people who came over here. So the vote by mail is first you apply. So you have to send in the application. That's what you're going to receive in the mail in the next few days. After you have sent in the application, then you will get the actual ballot. Ballot means that is the piece of paper which has the names of all of the candidates. It's so easy to sit at home and go over each one of them and then decide who are the people that you're going to vote for. Remember, this year there is no such thing as straight ticket ballot, meaning you can't just check off and say, I want to vote for this party, and everyone is selected. No, you have to go race by race. And as Nabila said, we can be the margin of decision and difference in many races. So we would recommend that you go all the way down the ballot, check every race. And there are many areas where you can look at. The League of Women Voters, which is online, puts together a list of candidates who are available for each race, and you can make your decision. So after you apply, you'll get a ballot. Then you have to send the ballot in, and the ballot has to be received by the folks at the elections commission by election day, not postmarked by election day. So if it's October 31st or November 1st or 2nd, there likely is not going to be enough time. So then it's best that you think about voting in person. But for seniors, pretty soon you will have the application in your mail, or if you've already applied, you'll have the ballot next week, inshallah, and then you can vote in person, vote directly from your house. So if you can go to the next one, or if you have a question, Imam Taqir, on this first step.
No, I think it's crystal clear.
Okay. And then this sheet has been presented before in detail, so we can, anybody who wants all of the detail can go in and look it up and find out exactly how best you can utilize the vote by mail ballot system.
Got it. Okay, next slide.
Now, next slide, the voting in person, you have two options. Either you can vote election day. We highly recommend if you cannot vote by mail, choose early voting. There are 3 weeks of early voting, October 13th to Friday, October 30th. Not only that, alhamdulillah, there are 5 locations of Islamic centers in Houston. There is the ISGH Champions Masjid, the ISGH Bear Creek Masjid Community Hall, the ISGH Masjid Hamza Community Hall, the Turkish Community Center, and the Clear Lake Islamic Center. All of these are early voting locations. If you're going for Jummah namaz, if you're going for any namaz to any of these centers during the day, Zohar or Asr, you can easily go ahead and vote there. In addition, this time there will be drive-through voting. You don't even have to get out of your car. There are 9 locations, and they are all available in Harris County on harrisvotes.com. You can just drive through, don't get out of the window. You will be sent to a location. You will be directed to a position where an actual voting machine will come to your driver's side window. They'll give you a glove. You can go ahead and vote, and that's it. Now, obviously, to do that, you have to plan, because the ballot is very long, and what you don't want to do is spend half an hour sitting in your car trying to vote. So go over the ballot beforehand. The ballot will be available next week in paper form or on harrisvotes.com. Make your choices and then use drive-through. If you don't want to use drive-through, you can do curbside, which is you go to the curb and ring a bell, and they will actually bring the machine to you, which will be similar to drive-through, but here you have to get out and ring the doorbell so that they will come in. Obviously, you can go inside the polling locations. We have said there are 5 Islamic centers. You might as well use it. And for the first time, they will have overnight polling at several locations. You can vote all night long on Thursday, October 29th. From 7 a.m. starts and it'll go until 7 p.m. that night. And of course, the same thing will apply for election day. Early voting, there are 120 centers in Harris County, and same kind of, not similar numbers, but same kind of reach in Fort Bend County and Brazoria County. On election day, there'll be over 800 locations in Harris County, about 40 plus locations in Fort Bend County. Nabila, is Mariam Masjid the polling location this year, and for when? So I guess, yeah.
Sorry, I couldn't find my unmute button. So it's not an early voting location, and I am not completely sure. We're still, They haven't released the election day sites in Fort Bend County yet.
So we are recommending that if you get a chance, vote early, There will be not the crowds that normally you hear about on election day. Do your civil responsibility. And again, if there are any questions, put in the chat box. We will have a lot of this information on ISGH website, on the Engage website, and the Facebook page, or you can send in an email and we'll respond to it.
Right. Thank you. It seems as though, mashallah, we have a lot of options. We have drive-through, we have curbside, we have inside polling locations, of course, and then we have overnight polling locations as well. And then we have five Islamic centers, including 3 or 4 of ISGH centers as well, including Turkish Center and Click. So I don't really think it gives us an excuse not to vote because of the pandemic. Alhamdulillah, I think that for providing this information to the community, and if anyone has any question, we will gladly ask them to ask those questions so that it can be shared with the community. I think that very detailed, you've shared it with us, Brother Durrani and Sister Nabila. Inshallah, we will wrap up the program and go towards conclusion. Towards the end, if you can just share with us, for those who are on the borderline and for those who are still undecided, I don't think anyone should be undecided at this point, but sometimes, we want to do things and we believe in it, but when the time comes, we don't really get to it. So anything you can share on that?
Well, all I'd say is this is, I believe, the most important election of our lifetime. Muslims have been targeted in this country. Muslims have been put under the microscope. And it behooves all of us to make sure we're doing everything we can in order to make sure that we're safe, our children are safe, our future generations are safe. So we should not take this election lightly. I hope everyone will join us, or folks will join us on Thursday evening when we will be actually doing the hard work of getting people to get out and register to vote. It doesn't happen. If you don't ask, they will not register. So let's make it happen. Let's work together. Let's really make a difference this year.
Right. And we're talking about that on every Thursday. Starting from this Thursday, we will be having a phone bank drive. It will be virtual and it will also be on site as well. This is the sign up link that you see on the screen. You can simply go to this link and sign up and you can participate, and we will make calls to make sure that everybody who hasn't voted, who hasn't registered, can still register to vote. This is the link right here. And previously, we also shared with you the link to sign up yourself as well for to register to vote. Jazakumullah khair. I think we will conclude over here. Durrani Sahib, if you can just share with us concluding remarks, and then we will end.
Yeah, you have the option to vote many different ways. If you're above the age of 65, don't even think about it. Vote by mail. You will get the application in your mail. Please look for it. This being mailed to everyone in Harris County, and the same, I think, believe in Fort Bend. Send in your application before October 23rd. And then as soon as you get your ballot, mail it. In addition to mailing, if you are uncomfortable with the postal service and it's getting late, there will be several locations, Harris County, called annexes. That's where you get your driver's licenses. They will have a place where you can drive up, show your ballot, show your driver's license to show that you are the person whose ballot it is, and just drop it there. So you can have we feel comfortable to say that use the mail right now. The mail will only become an issue, postal mail, close to the election. But as of right now, just do it.
Thank you so much. And all of the brothers and sisters who are watching, thank you for your feedback. We're very grateful that you have joined in this webinar and participated. And we hope that you will sign up and help us to get out the vote as well. Inshallah, on Thursday, 5 to 7, we will share the flyer with you. Once again, thank you so much, Jazakallah khair. I want to thank Sister Nabila, Brother Durrani, and we hope that everyone is having an amazing week. We look forward to seeing you soon, inshallah.
Inshallah. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum.